So that's something new for the shack. So I just wanted to get on a little bit today and show you guys something that I picked up just a couple days ago. Just something a little bit new to play around in the shack and kind of fulfill a want that I have. You know, it. Sometimes you want something, sometimes you need something. This is not a need, but it is definitely a want. So what this is an Icom 7410. These were only made for a few years, between the 746 and the 76. I believe it was a 7610. The 7610 is what replaced this. Anyway, the reason that I wanted this is that it's going to fill a kind of a niche in what I've been running into lately. It's gonna fill a void. What I want to be doing is have one radio with two antenna inputs that has a USB port that allows data communications. So I want something that's going to give me kind of an all-in-one Swiss Army knife radio that's not going to be like a shack in the box. I sold my FT100D because it was more of a shack in the box, and I was noticing that for me it wasn't as sensitive as some of the other radios I have. One of them being the FT920, which I still have. But I've noticed also in changing over to like the 920 and now the 7410 that I was using a Yaesu FT710, and while the receiver was good, the filtration was reasonable on it, I was noticing that some of the other radios that I had a better receive. For example, the 920 had a better receive to it. Pardon me, guys. I'm still fighting a cold after being up hunting. And I noticed that there's a definite difference in reception quality between, say, for example, an SDR radio and something like the 920 or the 7410. So I've been playing with this for the last couple days, and I've made a couple contacts. I've got both my Cobweb and my 5B connected to it, so I can toggle between them. Nice thing about the 7410 is that it has built-in antenna tuner. It has a great looking display. It does not have a waterfall, which I'm okay with. It does have a bit of a scope that you can actually look at. If we go in here and we'll hit play on the scope, nothing on here at the moment. But if I were to go over to 20 meters, there'd be more to it. We'll just go ahead and flip to 20 meters real quick. And we'll bump down actually into 20 meters. If you look across the bottom there's a little bit of a scope. It gives us band activity. It's not a live scope. It's not a waterfall, which is completely fine. So as I've been using this, I've noticed a couple things. One, the twin passband tuning is excellent. I love the fact that you have the passband tuning right here. You can actually adjust your bandwidth. We'll just turn this up just a little bit. Let's find somebody. There we go. So that just narrowed everything way down. So there's actually, I've got noise reduction on. I've got the passband set up on it. And we'll wait for him to come back here in just a second so you can hear what that does. Some people run the passband or run the passband tuning a little differently. Move that up just a little bit. There we go. Now, if you don't want to run where it's at, like if you look right here, it's showing the changes that I'm making to it. Let's say if I want to clear that, all I have to do is push and hold the passband tuning clear right there. It actually clears any of the passband. So here we go. There we go. So we're going to back down there. The menu on this is actually very simple, which I absolutely love. If I go in here, I'm going to take out the scope. We'll hit menu. On your sideband modes, you have AGC, transmit bandwidth, and scope. You have a scan, memory, SWR function, which you push once, and then it actually will go through. Let's do that right there. And it'll give you your SWR across the band. So like right now I'm a little bit high, but we're not going to mess with anything there. You have your TCOM there, which is going to be your transmit equalization, your receive equalization. You have your low pass and high pass filters on receive, all in that one menu. And then your transmit bandwidth, you can change your different bandwidth. So like this one's set for 500 to 2500. That one is also set 500 to 2500. Then the wide is 300 to 2900. So you can make adjustments to it that way. Back out here, VSC. I've not looked at the manual on this since I bought it. Which it's right there, but we're not going to look at it at the moment. This one does have one of the optional roofing filters installed. It has the FL431 installed in it. So the previous owner actually used it for CW and didn't use it much for anything else from what I understand. But it very, very easy radio to use, very underrated and it's not really a visible radio. People really didn't see this one. This just popped on my radar because I saw it, about 3 weeks ago show up where I bought it from. And it was kind of surprising that I had never heard of the 7410 before. It's a lot like the 746, but it doesn't have the 2-meter capability, which is fine. I am completely okay with that. This has 160 through 6, a 3-to-1 tuner built in. It handles the antennas that I have. It's simple, but at the same time, it has fantastic audio, both on receive and transmit. We did a little on-air test with it the other day on our 6-meter net that we have every week. And I had a chance to go ahead and play with the EQ slightly, and I really didn't make much of a change to the EQ. So like my transmit on the treble side is a +3, because I like it to cut through just a little bit more. And my transmit bass is a +1, so not much at all. The next thing I do want to do, though, is connect up my studio mic that was hooked up to the 710, so I can use that on this particular radio. I think the audio quality will just bump up even a little bit more. I do realize I have to use an inline microphone amplifier between the dynamic mic I have and the input of the Icom. It's designed a little bit differently. I know everybody says use the hand mic, but I like to have my hands free when I'm on the radio. I like to have the studio mic. So There'll be some changes to go ahead and use that, but it's going to be happening eventually. I'm going to get used to using the radio a little bit more first, and then we'll go ahead and look at doing the studio mic. I did find an online resource for one of the cables that is not quite as expensive as the Heil cable that's supposed to work with dynamic mics, so that'll actually make it really nice. As far as the rest of the radio goes, you have all your mode keys right down here at the bottom, including your filters. You have full AM and FM, which I will say I've got an FT920, and that did not come with AM. So it was a bit of a shock to see that on the Yaesu, but the Icom has it. You have your regular compressor, your monitor function where you can actually listen to your transmitted audio. You do have 3 levels of preamp, which is off, 1 and 2, which you can see it jump up there. I don't have the volume turned up, but this way we can go ahead and just see that signal bump up when he's talking. Now, as far as internal speaker, I will say the internal speaker on this is better than the 710. I do have it running through a bookshelf speaker, which is my speaker of choice when it comes to running HF. What I use for a speaker is an old Optimus Radio Shack speaker. It's a metal housing bookshelf speaker. That's a 5-inch. They're 2-way and they sound phenomenal. If I could get my hands on about 4 more of them, I would, but they're a little bit hard to find. But I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys a quick introduction to this radio. I have a video clip that I'll put in as far as the sound quality at the very end of the video, so you guys can hear the received quality from a conversation that was happening on 10 meters that was absolutely incredible sounding. And this is one you'll be seeing on the channel a bit more. I'll be playing with this one more. It's going to be something that I'm going to be using on a regular basis. It's going to replace the 710 for the time being. Don't know what'll happen with the 710. I may keep it. I may go ahead and move it on to another person to use. So for now, we'll go ahead and say 7.3s. And you guys, thanks for watching. Again, if you want to come along for the ride, feel free to hit that subscribe button and give me a like down there at the bottom. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those in the comment section down at the bottom. Thanks for tuning in.
And I think if you look at any club, any group, whether it be a church group, the Eagles, the Elks, Ham Radio Club, Masonic Temple, just name one. I think as time goes by, it's fair to say that that skewing is more toward the upper age these days, and frankly, there's